Hey there, Jenn Dize here for Status Coup, and guess what? Joe Biden has had another fundraiser. Because we're living in the time of COVID-19, he had a virtual fundraiser. But even though we can't get out and about and these people can't have fancy cocktail parties together, they are finding a way virtually. So let's take a look at who was at this virtual fundraiser, the type of people that Joe Biden continues to surround himself with. This is an email that came in to all of the people on Joe Biden's press list. So we received this titled Biden Penny Pritzker Virtual Fundraiser. And they had invited Natasha Korecki from Politico, who was the press pooler for this virtual fundraiser, which is how it works. They invite, one or two press people, and then they then send out what happened to everybody else. So this is by Natasha Korecki, who attended virtually this fundraiser. So it starts off, the event, attended by Chicago-based mega donors, was hosted by Penny Pritzker, former Secretary of Commerce under Obama and the sister of Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. The Biden campaign reports 160 people joined the virtual fundraiser, which lasted about an hour. Some names on the Zoom conference, interesting they're using Zoom. Status Coup was doing so before it became cool. Neil Bloom, Michael Brodsky, John Atkinson, Rachel Pritzker, Elsie Higginbottom, Bill Singer, Heather Steens, and Laura Ricketts. So I'm sure you can tell already that this is, you've heard some of these names already. You can tell this was a very fancy virtual fundraiser with very influential and deep-pocketed people. That's exactly what it was. We're going to look into some of these people. Brian Schwartz of CNBC, tweeted, Joe Biden tells donors during a virtual fundraiser that his longtime advisor, Ted Kaufman, is helping steer the creation of a transition team. The event was co-hosted by Penny Pritzker, real estate exec Neil Bloom, and Laura Ricketts, the sister of RNC Chair Todd Ricketts. So here we go. Penny Pritzker. Real-time net worth, $2.7 billion as of today. She's down $5 million, so let's all shed a tear for Penny Pritzker. Penny Pritzker is one of 11 billionaire heirs in the Pritzker clan, and the only one who has served in the White House. A key fundraiser for President Obama ahead of his election, Pritzker was the U.S. Secretary of Commerce from 2013 to 2017. Pritzker is also the founder and chairman of PSP Partners, a private investment firm with ventures in real estate, hedge funds, and startups. Since re-entering the private sector, Pritzker joined the boards of Measure, a drone-as-a-service startup, and Microsoft. Previously, she was chair of credit reporting firm TransUnion, oh, we all love them, and co-founder of real estate investment firm Artemis Real Estate Partners. There we go. We have our first billionaire who attended this. Don't worry, she wasn't the only billionaire that Joe Biden is surrounding himself with. Let's take a look at some more. Here we have Neil Bloom. Real-time net worth, $4 billion. Real estate tycoon Neil Bloom is the owner of marquee Chicago properties like 900 North Michigan and the Ritz-Carlton. Bloom also owns successful casinos like the Rivers Casinos near Chicago and Philadelphia's Sugar House Casino. He co-founded JMB Realty and is a managing director for Walton Street Capital. Bloom sits on the board of trustees of the Art Institute of Chicago and Whitney Museum of American Art. He owns a minority stake in the Chicago Bulls and Chicago White Sox. Billionaire number 2. Let's keep going here. We have another Pritzker who attended, Rachel Pritzker, who happens to be a board member of Third Way and is president and founder of the Pritzker Innovation Fund. So if you're not familiar with Third Way, it's a think tank. And as they say themselves, they champion modern center-left ideas. Well, if you're at all familiar with Third Way, it's actually not center-left ideas. It's more of center-right ideas. These are the epitome of centrists. The epitome of neoliberals is Third Way. So that is one of the people that Joe Biden is surrounding himself with. Billionaires and the Third Way. That's the kind of president that he's going to be. It keeps going. We also have in attendance Laura Ricketts. So Laura is one of the new owners of the Cubs. The Ricketts family, not new as of now. This was back in 2009. But her family are the owners of the Cubs. So they bought for $845 million from the Tribune Company, according to MLB.com, and she is the first out individual to own a professional sports team. The Ricketts family is worth $4.5 billion. In 1995, Joe Ricketts merged his Nebraska-based discount stock brokerage with a small online trading firm to form Ameritrade and took it public 2 years later. In 2006, Ricketts led Ameritrade to acquire TD Waterhouse for $1.7 billion and renamed the company TD Ameritrade. Ricketts stepped down as chairman in 2008. He and his family, so that includes Laura, own just under 12% of the company, and his son Todd sits on the board. His son Peter was elected governor of Nebraska in 2014. The family owns the vast majority of the Chicago Cubs baseball team, which sold equity in 2014 to raise $150 million for renovations to its Wrigley Field stadium. The sale valued the Cubs at an all-time high of $1.8 billion. In addition, the Ricketts family owns an estimated 25% stake in TV network CSN Chicago. This is one rich family. And then we have Laura, who appears to be perhaps the lone Democrat in the family. I'm not sure about that. But her brother, who is also co-owner of the Chicago Cubs, Todd Ricketts, is the RNC, the Republican finance chairman. The Republican National Committee has named Chicago Cubs co-owner Todd Ricketts its new finance chairman days after its former fundraising chief, real estate and casino magnate Steve Wynn, stepped down amid allegations of sexual assault. His incredible leadership and proven track record of results will continue to grow support for our party and ensure we have the resources needed to deliver Republican victories in 2018 and beyond, RNC Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel said of Ricketts. And down here, just for good old laughs here, Donald Trump had tweeted in 2016, "I hear the Ricketts family, who own the Chicago Cubs, are secretly spending dollars against me. They better be careful. They have a lot to hide." So that is the company that Joe Biden is keeping. The Pritzkers, Neil Bloom, the Ricketts family. Obviously, Todd Ricketts wasn't on the call. He's the RNC finance chairman. But Laura Ricketts was, and this family is close. You know what? It's a big club, and you're not in it. We are not in this big old club. Joe Biden is in the club. Joe Biden surrounds himself with these people. This is not Bernie. This is not Bernie surrounding himself with truly grassroots donors and truly grassroots volunteers. Joe Biden is more of the same and perhaps worse. Worse of the same. Obviously, we're waiting on Joe Biden to do a lot, including talk about the allegations against him by Tara Reade, which we have reported on here. There's not much to say. You know who Joe Biden is. You know the type of people that Joe Biden surrounds himself with, and you know about the allegations out there against Joe Biden related to sexual assault by Tara Reade. This is the person that Democrats are going with. By the way, and not to, as we've said, we're not doctors. Joe Biden appears to be in some sort of cognitive decline, and I think it's dangerous to not say so. And not that having a cough is the end of the world, but at some point here, Natasha Korecki in this email, this Pooler email, notes that Joe Biden, he sounded a little raspy. He coughed a few times during the event, but nothing serious. So that's not a big deal. You know, people have a cough. Jordan has a cough right now. It doesn't mean there's something seriously wrong with him, although he is recovering from coronavirus. Jordan, that is, not Joe. We don't know what's wrong with Joe. Joe Biden in matchups, it's not looking good. Hillary Clinton at this point in the 2016 race, it was looking a lot better for her than it is for Joe Biden right now. That's scary. We all know what happened there. Hillary Clinton is not our president. So these are the people that the third way Democrats, centrists, neoliberals are going with, and they're trying to force the rest of the Democrats, the rest of progressives with them. And by the rest of progressives, I do not mean to imply that these people are progressives. They're not. It's very scary. We will keep on this. We will keep looking into Joe Biden's donors and fundraisers and everything like that, because this stuff cannot go unnoticed. Smash that like button so more people see this video, more people see this reporting. Please consider becoming a member of Status Coup at statuscoup.com/join. Just $5 a month. You can look in our store for Status Coup merch. Also, you can donate to our GoFundMe to support our reporting at gofundme.com/status-coup-news. We will definitely be back with more reporting very, very soon. Share our stuff. Have a great day. Hope you're all doing well in this weird time of COVID. Bye-bye.